In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, dear student of the second grade, safwatalforsan private school in Taif. Today I'm very pleased to be with you, and I will talk about question with how long, how often. Today I will talk about how to make a question beginning with how often. How often is used to ask for the number of times you do. How often means how many times. So when you use how often, you should use frequency expressions or adverb of frequency to answer this question. And now look at the board with me. The title is Question with how often. To form a question beginning with how often, we put how often at the beginning, then we should have do or does, then subject, infinitive, and at the end a question mark. Let's explain every word here. How often means how many times. What's the difference between do and does? Do for plural and I, does for singular. Subject means a pronoun or a noun. Pronoun like I, he, she, and so on. Nouns like Ahmad, my father, my brother, and so on. Infinitive like go, work, eat, and so on. And at the end, the question mark. We have example here. How often do you work out? How often do you work out? The answer is I always work out, or I work out every day. Notice here we use always before the verb. I always work out. And every day comes at the end of the answer. We call always adverb of frequency. And we call every day an expression of frequency. We have a note here. To answer a question begins with how often, we use adverbs of frequency or frequency expressions. We have examples here. Adverbs of frequency are sometimes, always, usually, often, seldom, and never. These are adverbs of frequency. These words come before the verb. As I said, I always work hard. And we have frequency expressions like every day, once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, 4 times a week, and so on. What's the difference between adverbs of frequency and frequency expressions? Note here that adverbs of frequency come after the verb be, come after am, is, are, and so on. Am, is, and are. And before other verbs. For example, I can say he is always happy. We notice here that always comes after is. We say he is always happy. We call this an adverb of frequency, adverb. The same example we can say, another example, he always work hard. Look here, always comes before the main verb. It comes before work. Here we say he always works hard. So always and all the adverbs of frequency comes after the verb be, am, is, and are, and they come before the other verbs. Like this example, here we have is, the verb, and here we have works. Sometimes the word sometimes, it's an adverb of frequency, comes at the beginning of the sentence and before the verb. Like this, we have example here. I sometimes work out. I can say sometimes I work out. So sometimes come before the verb and at the beginning of the sentence. It has two positions. If you look here at the verb, it ends with s, works. Why? Because in the present symbol, we use the verb like this. Verb 1 or verb 1 plus s. What is the difference between them? Verb 1 is used with the plural and verb 1 plus s with the singular. Here I want to talk about adding s. How can you add s to the verb or to the word? We add s like this. We add es. Sometimes we add ies and s only. This depends on the ending of the verb. How? Verbs ending in. These endings o, x, ch, sh, double s, you should add es. For example, the verb go. If you want to add s, you should add es, not s only. It comes goes. Why? Because here we have the letter o. So any verb ends with o, x, ch, sh, double s, you should add es. What about ies? This comes with verbs ending in the letter y. Preceded, with consonant, like study. This is very important. When you want to add s to the verb study, you have to drop or omit the verb, the letter Y, and add IES. It comes studies, like this. What about S? When do we add S only? We add S only to other words or verbs. For example, the verb eat. The letter T isn't included in O, X, C, H, S, H, and double S. So ES is not correct. Can we add IES? No, because we don't have Y here. So the answer is eats. We only add the letter S. So adding S depends on the end or ending of the verb or word. We have, as I said, ES, IES, and S. This is my lesson today. I hope you understood it. Thank you very much. Goodbye. محمد رابع. Thank you.